Good morning, Thailand. My name is Alex.
And I'm Jay.
And we got some news updates for you from around the land of smiles this Tuesday, September 30th, end of the month. Before we begin, please...
Stressful.
Yeah, it is stressful. Before we begin, though, please remember to subscribe to the Thaiger to stay up to date on all things Thailand. Now, today, we'll be talking about the falling tourism confidence in Thailand. Thaksin Shinawatra's plans to request a royal pardon, surprise, surprise. And a little later, Thailand's drug rehabilitation approach gaining international praise. But before we begin, Jay, could you give us a quick word from our sponsor?
Ladies and gentlemen, this show is brought to you by Fazwaz. If you've ever thought about buying real estate property, please check out Fazwaz.com. They're the largest real estate portal in the country, and I've also got the largest database of listings in the country.
That they do. Thank you, Fazwaz, for sponsoring the show. All right, let's dive into it with our first story of the day, and that's that tourist confidence is falling as foreigners are steering clear of Thailand in recent months. Thailand's tourism confidence index dropped to 66 in Q3 2025, down from 70 in the prior quarter, reflecting growing unease among industry players. The decline is blamed on fewer Chinese visitors, the strengthening baht, and ongoing tensions with Cambodia. Expectations for international arrivals have been revised downwards to about 33.1 million. Bangkok saw one of the sharpest confidence falls, and only 15% of Thais plan to travel abroad in Q4. To counteract the slump, the Tourism Authority of Thailand plans to lean on cultural festivals and promote outreach into long-haul markets. Something's got to be done.
People don't want to come here anymore, apparently. Not as much.
Well, yeah, that combination of factors, right, I think is the problem, right? The instability with Cambodia, the instability with the domestic politics, right? Like, who's going to be prime minister soon? Policies are changing all the time. Strengthening baht, it's more expensive than usual to come here.
But look, it's also low season. You know, low season's low season.
Yeah, but it's lower these days.
But I mean, coming up into the high season, the amount of events that are happening in Thailand.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Cooler weather in quotation marks.
Yeah.
Depending on which part of the country you go to. Upcoming New Year's.
Well, that's what I think.
The EDM festivals.
I think the biggest thing there that they mentioned was the Chinese tourists that are not coming, because there was like major ad campaigns and sort of propaganda campaigns, I'll say, to sort of push Chinese away from the Thai market, like trying to make Thailand seem dangerous for the domestic tourists. And boy, I mean, I've lived in China. If ever there's a population that eats up what the government spits at them, it's Chinese, like for sure. And so they just hear a couple of news stories like, oh, it's dangerous down there. It's dangerous. And come on, like, it's not like it's definitely more dangerous in China, depending on if you have like real political opinions and stuff. But yeah, I guess like one or two horror stories just go viral there, and then that affects the entire market. So it's pretty unfortunate that, but it also shows you the same thing that many countries are learning. You shouldn't rely too much on China. That you have to diversify, because the Chinese can flip their economy, like whatever their trade is with you, their tourism is with you, they can flip it like a switch if they want to. So it's very important to consider that when you go after Chinese money. Anyways.
All right.
Moving on.
Well, for now, we're going to move on to our next story. No remorse. A Russian man mocks arrest after Thai stunt. 23-year-old Russian man Georgi performed a provocative stunt with a Thai woman on a pickup truck in Phuket and was arrested for public indecency and related charges. The video was going viral for last week as he was having sex at the back of a pickup truck. Local authorities also arrested the driver and charged others with supporting obscene content and reckless driving. Georgie responded by mocking the arrest on social media platforms like Instagram and Telegram. The incident sparked public outrage with calls for Thailand to adopt harsher legal penalties for such transgressions. It has reignited debate about whether existing laws are strong enough to deter disrespectful tourist behavior.
Well,
this guy's a troll. He did it on purpose for the views, and he was caught at Suvarnabhumi Airport. You did the story last week.
And no remorse. That's so annoying. Like, going up and making fun of this whole thing. Like, Thailand needs to make an example of this, I think. The way that, we saw, what was it, Johnny Somali in Korea? They're not playing that. He's still
Vitaly
in jail.
in Philippines.
In the Philippines, exactly. This is a good example of somebody that, like, if the Thai authorities want to, people get annoyed, right? Locals and us, Faangs, like the travelers here, we get annoyed that these kinds of stories, like these people get arrested, hey, don't do that again, and then they go off and do it again, do some other crazy stuff.
I think, agree with you. They should be made examples of, and Yeah, give him a harsh penalty, and then any person who was even thinking about doing something like this never does it again.
Right, like especially with the attitude, no remorse. Like if you were being apologetic, like sorry, like something like shake the hands, do the why.
Yeah.
But being defiant in the face of it too just adds salt to the wound, I think.
Yeah, there was a comment in the live chat that said, "I'm amazed that they didn't fall out. They had what is it called? Harnesses holding them up.
Yeah.
They
were strapped
thought
in.
about it. Yeah, they were strapped in. They thought about it.
But again,
yeah."
what if
A lot of the comments online as well were talking about who's the woman? What happens to her? We have no idea. There's no information out on who that lady was and what penalties she faces.
Yeah, she just snuck off into the woodworks.
Yeah.
Like, no, we don't know. So that is interesting. But as I was saying, I really wish that they had at least worn helmets, both for their own safety and for the comedic value. Sad. And, well, not just helmets up there, but down there, too, because that's just good hygiene. I'm sorry, everybody. Let's move on, shall we?
All right.
Yeah. Well, our next story, we're going to dive into a little bit of domestic politics. Anutin, the current prime minister, who knows for how long, really, unveils policies to boost tourism, tackle trade war, and more. That's right. Prime Minister Anutin of the Bumjai Thai Party presented a 15-point policy agenda aimed at revitalizing Thailand's economy, bolstering tourism, easing cost of living, and pursuing constitutional reform. A key priority is restoring tourist confidence by cracking down on fraud against visitors, simplifying travel procedures, and promoting domestic tourism. To cope with external pressures, the government will launch Team Thailand to address trade war risks and support exporters. It also promises to ease household debt burdens, subsidize essential goods, and improve disaster readiness. Recognizing parliamentary constraints, Anutin affirmed his administration would seek a public referendum on constitutional overhaul.
There we go.
Yeah, well, it's the hot topic. What are we going to do about it? It's the economy, stupid. What are we going to do about all that? He doesn't have much time to do it in, though.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He's only going to be here like 4 months, ostensibly, until we have new elections next year. Yeah, I don't know if any of this will work, these policy changes. Look, simplifying the tourism, the travel procedures will help a lot. Mm-hmm. I just had a friend go through it coming in from Taiwan last week, and he forgot his, what is it, arrival, what is the new thing called?
Arrival
the DTA?
card?
Yeah. What is it, digital arrival card?
Yeah. It takes literally
TDAC.
20 seconds to do, by the way.
It's so easy, but a lot of people just still aren't aware of it because they're used to just showing up. They've been coming to Thailand forever, so they're used to just showing up, getting the visa on arrival.
Yeah, but you still get that card. I mean, even people who are arriving, you have to fill in the...
Yeah, once you arrive. But he said once he got here, it was like a whole process that was like not very nice. Yeah.
I don't know about that. It takes literally 20 seconds. Because if you stand in line, if you haven't done it yet, they just send you to the back of the line. Oh. You just go onto the website and you fill in the form.
Yeah.
I didn't get asked for it. I mean, if you have residency, you don't even get asked for it. But I had my friend who didn't have the residency. Yeah. And 20 seconds. Come on.
It's super easy. I do know. I just know that he had a very difficult process. But maybe he's just a difficult person. So,
maybe.
That
makes sense.
That could be the case. We'll see.
We'll move on to our next story for now. Thaksin Shinawatra requests royal pardon after 1-year sentence. Former Prime Minister Thaksin Shinawatra has formally petitioned for a royal pardon following his 1-year prison sentence, his lawyer confirms. The sentence is tied to long-standing corruption and abuse of power convictions originally handed down as 8 years but later commuted by royal decree. Thaksin returned to Thailand in 2023 after 15 years in exile, self-exile, and much of his sentence was never served due to health and hospital transfer claims, which the court later deemed improper. His pardon request is viewed as within legal rights but politically sensitive given his continuing influence. The development deepens scrutiny over the balance between legal processes and elite power dynamics in Thai politics. Do you think he should be pardoned?
I don't even know at this point, man. It's like whiplash. It's like he's out of jail, he's in jail, he's back in, he's out. Like, just make up your mind.
Does it even constitute as a pardon? I mean, self-exile for 15 years, comes back, says he's going to go to jail and serve his time, gets sick, gets put in the hospital ward. I don't think he's even spent a month in jail properly.
No. He was overseeing sewage teams and stuff like that, teaching English. They're doing all sorts of publicity runs with him, and I'm not sure what the end game is. Tony in the chat says, a politician with a private jet and a Bentley? No way there's any corruption. Well, he was independently wealthy before he got into politics. But
they own AIS.
That's another one of those questions is like, how much does the previous, wealth that you had influence your ability to wield power? Two, I don't know. I honestly just wish the saga would end and they would make up their mind, because all of this is like, whatever headlines we're getting, that is so not the full story. Like, we're definitely missing out on what is going on behind closed doors. What kind of wheeling and dealing is being made without any public knowledge, which is, to me, the egregious part. Obviously, this happens all the time in all sorts of countries, so it's not like Thailand is unique in this situation. But that doesn't mean it's not good.
Yeah.
I think, in the end. So, I don't know. I guess we'll see. Do you think it'll happen?
I don't know. It's most likely. I mean, when you're that rich and influential and connected, probably thought about it before he went back to jail, that I could probably just get a pardon.
I mean, he was out of the country before coming back and taking the risk. So
I wouldn't be surprised. But anyways,
we'll see.
Moving on to our next topic.
Is
this you?
I think it's me. Okay. You did Shinawatra, right? Yeah. Okay. Anyways, it's about economics and trade. Not usually your.
You love a good trade story. Turns you on.
Area of expertise. Thailand's border trade plunges 23.6% in August as the Cambodia market collapses. Thailand's cross-border trade in August dropped nearly 24% year-on-year, largely due to a sudden collapse in trade with Cambodia. The downturn is attributed to border restrictions, rising logistics costs, and weakening demand in Cambodian markets. Key export sectors such as agricultural products and construction materials were separately hit. The slump dampens expectations for recovery in regional commerce and highlights vulnerability in Thailand's border trade dependence. Policymakers are now under pressure to diversify trading partners and stabilize border routes. Well, this was expected, I guess. Like, you have this whole border crisis with Cambodia, military conflict leads to a complete shutdown, not only of the migrant workers that were working here, but anybody that was demanding Thai products from Cambodia. And again, this might have been the end game for the Cambodian side of things, to just try and make Thailand feel the economic pain to maybe get more of their way. I don't know, but
you love economic pain.
I don't. I think economic pain is bad. Well, people got to know, like, it's harder out there, and these are the reasons why. The contributions of China and not traveling as much, Cambodia buying a lot less.
Yeah,
it was a major trading partner for Thailand. These are big issues that the current administration has to try and find a way to deal with. But
why are you such a Cambodian lover, Alex?
I am not a hater, I will say, not of the Cambodian people, but of the Hun clan that is currently running the operation over there. Not a fan.
Have you ever been to Cambodia?
I did a border run once where I just put my toes in and then got out. I haven't heard great things, I gotta tell you.
What, Cambodia?
Yeah, it's
I had a lovely experience in Cambodia.
Really?
Yeah, I went to Siem Reap for Siem Reap for 5 days. Saw the Angkor Wat temples and everything.
Nice. Yeah.
And then a couple of days in Phnom Penh.
Yeah. Sihanoukville is a big casino town.
But no, Siem Reap was one of the best cities I've ever visited. Everyone was so lovely. Even the people were really nice, and especially they knew we were from Thailand.
Yeah.
They knew we were from Thailand. They treated us like really well.
I've heard the kindness of the Cambodian people is very much there, up there with Thailand in terms of hospitality. But for me, it's like about, I can't remember. One of my comedian friends started a stand-up room there, and he said, like, the top 3 things to do in the town were the genocide museum, the killing fields, and my comedy club. And of all 3 of those things, the comedy club was by far the most depressing. So that didn't really sell me when I heard that joke, I gotta tell you. But I had a friend who lived there for many years. He got stuck there during COVID. Igor, Skinny Igor.
Yeah, I love Skinny Igor.
He got locked down there. Worked in an orphanage, actually, of all places.
Oh.
And just had nothing but amazing, heartwarming tales to tell from there. So, like I said, my issues are with the leadership of Cambodia, not the nation itself.
Confirmed. Alex is a Cambodian lover.
I am now on a hit list. Okay.
Moving on to our next story. Let's talk about some Bangkok Graffiti. Good or bad, Vandals have been slammed for defacing Spanish artist mural. Oh no.
Yeah.
A mural by Spanish artist Okuda San Miguel in Bangkok was recently defaced by graffiti vandals, drawing widespread condemnation from the public, art communities, and city authorities. The piece had been a cultural highlight and part of efforts to beautify urban spaces. Local authorities pledged to prosecute the culprits and investigate how municipal surveillance and protection mechanisms failed. Social media users criticized the incident as symptomatic of deeper disrespect for public art. The episode has renewed calls for better protection of public murals and more civic education about art in the urban environment. Why would someone do that?
Jerks. Like, come on. Like, that's one of those cultural exchange things. It's supposed to be nice. And it's not like there aren't plenty of places to do graffiti in Bangkok. Like, you're just...
Well, someone seems to have done this on purpose. Probably jealousy, trying to get some attention and be like, let me ruin this for everybody else by putting my own shitty graffiti art. Yeah,
it's disgusting. Dude, it sucks for me because I know so many street artists, actually, in the scene here. Shout out to, by the way, he's one of my favorites out there. And they like go out of their way, they get permission, they know that they're allowed to do what they're supposed to do there. And then just like street taggers, dude, just like little gangster wannabe dudes that are like, what are you doing? Like, it's just disgusting.
It's not even like good graffiti.
No, it's not.
Not even graffiti that would make it look better or something. It's just bunch of random words.
But I guess that's why they do it, because they wouldn't get permission to do that bullshit anywhere. Pardon my language. But no, we don't want your garbage bubble letters. But yeah, again, why you got to do it over something that actually looks nice? That's annoying, because there's plenty of like not great looking walls that you could, defacing them won't do it any harm. I think.
Could it be that they were like, why don't you give us attention instead of this Spanish artist? Because he's...
But who even are you?
Yeah.
Like, we don't even know who you are. Like,
now they do.
I guess. Don't want Connor.
How bad he is at graffiti as well. You had one opportunity.
Yeah. Oh, April corrects me. Gangsters don't do graffiti. Fair enough. Yeah. It's just like it's a street culture thing. Banksies. All right. All right. Let's move on to our next story. We got feel good news. Oh wait. Do we take a Fazwaz break? Hot, you got a little Fazwaz for me?
Yes.
All right, let's hit that real quick, and then we'll get back into it. Yeah, nice.
And we're back.
We are. Thank you, Fazwaz.
Wow. Whew.
For supporting that show, man. Appreciate it.
Thirsty no more. Thank you for that break.
Indeed. Well, our final two stories are some feel-good ones.
Nice.
All right, so our first feel-good of the day, Thailand's drug rehabilitation approach has won ECOWAS praise. Oh, yay.
Wow.
That's right. Thailand's drug rehabilitation model, with a focus on public health and community-based recovery rather than punitive incarceration, has earned commendation from ECOWAS, which is the Economic Community of West African States. Officials cited Thailand's experience in blending medical treatment, social reintegration, and harm reduction as a model for reform. The praise comes as many countries in Africa struggle with punitive drug policies and high incarceration rates. Thailand officials see this as validation for their long-term investment in rehabilitation infrastructure. The recognition may open doors for international collaboration, technical exchange, and influence in global drug policy discussions.
Rehabilitation.
It's always the better route.
Yeah.
Like, you send drug users to jail, they just learn how to become better criminals, I feel like, a lot of the time. And they're prison doesn't reform people often.
Yes.
It just makes them crazier.
Yeah. And this is often a part of society that people don't like to talk about and also are not aware of it. But yeah, places like Phuket, Samui have some world-renowned rehab facilities.
Oh, yeah. Big time. And that's a good thing. And what they're saying here, too, is that it's like, obviously the wealthier, like people that have nice families that support them, things like that. They're like, hey, you got to clean up, you got to go to rehab. They're able to pull together resources to go to those nice places. The fact that the Thai government is putting so much effort into this infrastructure means that people without resources will be able to access these things a little more easily, too. That's just great news, I think. And honestly, I think we need to rethink about our prisons as well. Like, you look at the Scandinavians or a lot of European countries where prison is meant to be a place to reform the criminal. Obviously, it's punishment. You're locked away. You can't go and enjoy your freedoms in society. But finding ways to be able to make people reintegrate, particularly nonviolent drug users, where the victim is usually just themselves, I think this is a much better approach to how we deal with the problem.
All right.
My 2 cents. Yeah.
Well, we're going to move on to our last story for today, where a Thai-Japan collaboration to combat cybercrime intensifies. Love the
Working
Japans.
together. Yeah.
Thailand and Japan have stepped up cooperation to counter cybercrime through joint investigations, intelligence sharing, and capacity building initiatives. The two governments are focusing on combating online financial scams, fraud networks, and cross-border hacking operations. Thailand will adopt Japanese training modules and technical platforms. Japan will assist with digital forensics and law enforcement support. The alliance reflects rising concerns over cyber threats as digital economies grow and cross-border criminal networks proliferate. Authorities hope the reinforced partnerships will strengthen regional cybersecurity resilience and boost law enforcement effectiveness. There we go.
That's good news.
Yeah, cybercrime huge in Thailand as well, and many scams.
Right.
So get on it. Yeah, they're trying to improve. They're trying to use help of perhaps more cyber-developed countries.
Yeah, more sophisticated crime-fighting capabilities. I think, this is the kind of stuff that needs to be done in order to help regain the confidence of tourists, particularly coming from countries that might be more affected by the negative news that comes out of Thailand. Like Japan, I guess. I mean, obviously the yen is weaker and the baht is stronger, so that's going to affect the tourism. But anyways, these kinds of PR moves, I'm just hoping that it is really effective. Like, we're seeing the announcement of, hey, greater cooperation. Let's say the announcement of more busts, right? Like, I want to see more of these scam rings actually being busted. And then we'll know that it's having an effect. Yeah. Time will tell.
Well, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Those are some of the stories from across Thailand today. You can find more stories on thetiger.com or get involved in the conversation at
ASEANnow.com.
That's Thailand's largest English news forum.
That it is. Don't forget, this is a live show. You can join us every morning at 9:30 a.m. Thai time to join the live chat and see us. Before the show, we'll do some discussions about world events, pop culture, that kind of stuff. And after the show, we will have a conversation with our lovely live viewers.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
Judo chop. It's live. He couldn't have stopped it.
If you like that story, please like and subscribe. And for more Thailand news, follow us on Instagram, YouTube, or TikTok at The Thaiger, or you can go to thetiger.com and join the conversation.